All right, listen up, because what I'm about to tell you ain't for the faint of heart. This all started with what should have been a normal day but quickly turned into a nightmare, one that I never saw coming. You ever had your whole world just crash down in front of your eyes and you're sitting there like, what the hell just happened? No? Well then, pull up a chair, because this is how it goes. The name's Jason. I'm just a regular guy. Well, as regular as a black guy can be in this damn city. I wasn't some big-time hustler or a business tycoon with piles of cash. Just an everyday dude trying to get by. I'm 25, and trust me, on that day I didn't know my life was about to flip upside down. So there I was, just another Tuesday afternoon. I'm sitting in this little cafe doing some work on my laptop, nothing out of the ordinary. It was around 2 p.m., sun shining, coffee brewing, and the Spotify playlist was on point, just vibing. You know how it is, right? Everything feels chill and you're in the zone. But, and this is a big but, that was the moment it all went sideways. You ever had that feeling where everything seems cool, but deep down you know something's about to hit the fan? Yeah, this was one of those moments. I'm just typing away when out of nowhere a couple of cops walk in. Now these aren't just any cops. These are the kind that you know from a mile away. The ones who think they own the streets and don't hesitate to show it. You can spot them by their walk, their attitude, that look in their eyes like they've got a personal vendetta against anyone who's not exactly like them. One of them, this tall guy with a jawline like he thinks he's the king of the world, glances at me and whispers something to his partner. And you can tell right then, something's up. I keep my head down, but it's too late. They've already locked eyes with me and I can feel the tension. They make a beeline for my table and now I'm thinking, what the hell did I do? Am I about to get stopped just for sitting here? They get close, and without any kind of greeting, this guy goes, "Hey, what are you doing here? You seem a little out of place for someone like you." Now listen, if you've ever had a cop look at you like you're some kind of criminal just because of your skin color, you know exactly what I mean. It's like a damn personal attack without saying it directly. You know they already got some judgment locked and loaded in their heads. I'm just sitting there, trying to keep my cool. I didn't move, didn't even flinch. But I knew right then this wasn't going to be your average routine check. This was something else. The cop leans in and his partner starts circling around the cafe like he's trying to back up the act, just in case. "Show me your ID," the guy demands. Look, man, I get it. They're supposed to ask for ID, but you ever been asked like you're the one who's done something wrong before they even say a word? Yeah, that's the vibe. So, I pull out my wallet, slow-like, not trying to make it worse, but I'm already feeling the heat. I know this could escalate real quick, and something in the back of my mind is telling me it's not going to end well. Just as I hand him my ID, the cop starts talking trash. "What's your deal, man? You think you can just sit around here doing whatever without getting questioned? You're lucky we're even being this nice about it." And that's when I got it. This wasn't just a check. This was them telling me who's boss in their little world. Like they were showing me their power, making sure I knew who was in control. But here's the thing. They had no idea who they were messing with. At that moment, all I could think was, dude, what the fuck is this? All right, now that you're caught up with the setup, let's get into the real meat of this mess. You ever had that feeling where things start going wrong and you can feel it deep in your gut, but you're too damn tired to fight it? That's exactly what was going through my head as those two cops dragged me out of that cafe like I was some kind of criminal. Now let me tell you, this isn't your average stop and frisk situation. Oh no. These guys weren't interested in just checking my ID. This was personal. The second they had me outside, cuffed, I knew they were ready to throw down. It wasn't about anything I'd done, but everything about who I was. Yeah, you guessed it. That little detail, my skin color. It didn't matter that I wasn't causing any trouble. Nah, for them I was just another target. "Yo, take it easy," I said, but it wasn't like I was in control of the situation. Hell, I was already on the damn sidewalk with one of these pigs pressing my face into the cold concrete. The other one's just standing there, all smug, like this was just another day at the office. "Dude, what the hell is this?" I muttered, trying to move my head. But he just pushed down harder. Felt like my face was getting smushed into the ground. At that point, I'm pissed. Not scared, but pissed. And you better believe I wasn't about to make it easy for them. I was tired of this shit. Tired of being treated like a nobody just 'cause of the way I look, so I snapped back. "You think I'm scared, huh?" I shot at the one holding my head down, my voice dripping with venom. "You think I'm just gonna roll over for your little power trip? Fuck that." The guy wasn't even flinching. He was doing what he was trained to do, make sure I knew my place. So he threw some words back at me. "Shut the fuck up, and you might just make this easy on yourself." You could feel the tension rising. Every word they said, every move they made felt like they were pushing me further into a corner. And here's the kicker. All this while, half the people in the cafe were just standing there, watching. Not a damn one of them stepped in to say anything. Not one person said, "Yo, leave the guy alone." No, they just stared like it was a goddamn show. They tossed me in the back of the squad car like I was some kind of animal, slammed the door, and locked it. The windows were down a little, but not enough to get any air. You ever felt trapped like that? The feeling that you can't escape no matter how hard you try? Yeah, that was me in that cop car. We roll up to the precinct and I'm sitting there, hands cuffed, thinking, what the hell's gonna happen next? It's like I'm in a goddamn bad movie and the plot's about to get ugly. But in real life, there's no fast forward button, no way to skip the awkward, painful parts, so I just had to ride it out. They tossed me in a holding cell, cold as hell too. I didn't even get a second to breathe before they start coming at me with questions. What's your name? Where do you live? What were you doing there? It's like they were trying to make me crack, get me to slip up, say something that'd give them more ammo. But I wasn't playing their game. One of them came in. Probably the one who thought he was the boss. "You're lucky we're not charging you with something worse, man," he spat at me. "So what's your deal? You some kind of thug or you just got lucky? What did you think you were doing, huh?" Now, I gotta admit, I was starting to feel that anger bubbling up. "You think I'm some thug? Man, fuck you." My words were sharp, cutting through the air like knives. "You want to know what I'm doing? I'm just trying to make it through the day like everyone else. But you don't give a damn about that, do you?" The cop leaned in, real close, almost like he was trying to intimidate me. "Yeah, that's the problem with people like you. You don't understand how the world works. You're a problem. You think you can just exist without consequences?" It was at that moment I realized this wasn't just a random check. This wasn't just some misunderstanding. No, this was deep-rooted, systemic bullshit. They weren't just looking at me. They were looking at everything I represented in their minds, every stereotype, every bias. They didn't see Jason. They saw someone beneath them, someone who didn't deserve the same treatment as the rest of them. I was sitting there, boiling with rage, but I wasn't about to give them the satisfaction of seeing me break. Hell, if anything, I was more determined than ever to fight back, because deep down, I knew this wasn't just about me anymore. It was bigger than that, and I wasn't the only one starting to feel the heat. The whole damn city was about to feel it too. All right, buckle up, because now things are about to hit the fan in a way nobody saw coming. You ever been in a situation where everything seems like it's going straight to hell and then, boom, something flips the script? Yeah, that's exactly what went down in that courtroom. I'm sitting there in a damn holding cell thinking it's the end of the world. All I could hear was the hum of the fluorescent lights and the rustling of some other dude's paper shuffling in the next cell. It was like a goddamn waiting room for disaster. And let me tell you, the closer we got to that courtroom, the more I started thinking about everything I had to lose. It's funny how fast things can change. One minute you're just another guy in a city full of people, and the next you're the star of a freaking show no one asked for. My mugshot was probably already making its rounds on the news, and let me tell you, the way people stared at me when I was in that cage, I could feel their judgment like they were poking me with a pitchfork. Finally, they dragged me into court, and the place was packed. I mean, damn, this wasn't some local incident. There was tension in the air like a damn storm was coming. The judge, some crusty old white dude with a face like he hadn't smiled in decades, gave me the look. You know the one, the "you're guilty until proven innocent" look. And the crowd, they were all whispering, wondering what was going to happen next. I'm sitting there, handcuffed to the chair, trying to keep my cool. The prosecutor starts laying into me like I'm some lowlife who doesn't deserve to breathe the same air as everyone else. "Your Honor," he says, all smug and high and mighty, "this man has been arrested for disturbing the peace, resisting arrest, and God knows what else. This is a classic case of someone who doesn't understand their place in society. The evidence speaks for itself." And then it happens, out of nowhere. My lawyer, this skinny dude who looks like he just came out of law school and is probably terrified of public speaking, stands up and in front of everybody says, "Gush. Actually, Your Honor, we have new information." The whole room stops. You could hear a pin drop. I mean, nobody was ready for what he was about to drop. "Turns out," my lawyer goes, "this isn't just some random guy. This man is the son of the mayor of this city." The room just froze, like a record scratch moment. For a good 10 seconds, nobody knew what the hell to do. I could feel the eyes on me, but not just any eyes. It was like the entire room was looking at me like I was about to turn into some superhero or something. Everyone was in shock. Hell, even the judge, who was ready to throw the book at me, looked like he swallowed his damn tongue. And that's when it hit. That's when I realized just how deep this whole thing was about to go. My old man? The mayor? The guy who made all the big calls in the city? The one whose name's on half the damn buildings? He was sitting in that courtroom too, watching this whole thing unfold. The cop who arrested me, the smug bastard who thought he was untouchable, his face turned white as a sheet. He'd been playing his little game, thinking he could do whatever he wanted, because who the hell would care about a kid like me? But now he realized just how far out of his depth he was. My dad, the mayor, stood up slowly, his presence filling up the entire room. He had that, "I'm about to drop a bomb on all of you" look. He didn't say a word. He didn't have to. When he finally spoke, it was like a goddamn tidal wave hit the room. "Your Honor," my dad said, his voice steady but powerful. "This man," he pointed at me, "is my son. And if you so much as look at him the wrong way, I will make sure every one of you answers for it." I could see the tension in the air. The cop who arrested me tried to shrink back, but it was too late. My dad wasn't some politician with a nice smile. He was the kind of man who didn't just shake things up, he broke the system. He wasn't afraid to play dirty, and if anyone was going to make sure the truth came out, it was him. The prosecutor looked like he was about to piss himself. The judge? He couldn't even look at my dad. The entire room went from this tense courtroom drama to an almost surreal moment where it was clear that this wasn't going to end the way they thought. Then the real kicker came. My dad turned to me, his eyes soft for the first time in years. He knew I was pissed. He knew I'd been through hell, but he wasn't about to let them screw me over. "You're not a criminal, son," he said, his voice low but firm. "But these people, they've got a lot to answer for." And just like that, everything shifted. All that hatred, all that anger, all that power they thought they had, gone. In that one moment, the game changed. And you better believe they knew it. They never expected it to go down like this. Hell, nobody did. But in the end, that's how it goes when you mess with the wrong guy. And me? I wasn't some kid anymore. I wasn't just a name on a mugshot. I wasn't even just a son of the mayor. I was someone who was ready to make sure this bullshit didn't fly anymore. Not for me, and not for anyone else. Thanks for listening to the story, folks. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the Life Mosaic channel. We've always got fresh, exciting stories coming your way. You won't want to miss what's next.